I went to school at Georgia State, and they had a big old computer lab, and they had hundreds of computers in this lab. And I needed to get in there and get on a computer that was accessible for me. Most of the computer stations, the tables were so low I couldn't get to them. So I suggested to the computer, the guy named was Joe, who actually ran the lab. I said, look, we need to get a station set up specifically for me with a table that's higher that I can get up under, and put a sign on it that says disability, for people with disabilities or wheelchairs. So it's going to be there for me. We have a problem with that? No. They had that station up, within, a week's time.
Welcome back to our series, Raise Your Voice, Succeeding Through Self-Advocacy. In this segment, we will explore the accommodations and support that schools can provide, things to consider when applying to a college, and resources available to help you succeed in your studies. First, meet Judy Hillman.
Over the years, experience has taught us that we must be constantly aware of people's attempt to discriminate against us. We must be prepared at every moment to fight this discrimination. The average American is not, nor should they have to be prepared to fight every day of their life for basic civil rights. All too many incidences of discrimination have gone by undefended because of lack of protection under the law. In the past, disability has been a cause for shame. This forced acceptance of second-class citizenship has stripped us as disabled people of pride and dignity. This is not the way we as Americans should have to live our lives.
Judy Hillman was instrumental when it came to advocating for students with disabilities. Her work would lead to the Education for All Handicapped Children Act, later called Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. These laws guaranteed a free, appropriate public education to all students with disabilities and furthered the rights of parents with disabilities. As a student, or the parent of a student living with paralysis, you or your child has the right to receive support and accommodations to help reach academic goals. Accommodations are typically provided under two educational plans, an IEP and a 504 plan. An IEP provides tailored special education and potential therapies based on specific disability criteria, while a 504 plan ensures learning accessibility for students with a broader range of disabilities, often through classroom and material modifications.
I think it's very important to have a list of 5 non-negotiables and take that to the educator in which your child is going to be a part of. I feel like 5 non-negotiables to start off with is always like a heavy hitter.
The specific accommodations that the school is required to provide will depend on the student's individual needs. Some of those needs may include things like modifications to the classroom environment, like adjustable height desk and preferred seating, adaptive technology or assistive devices, testing accommodations like small group testing, alternative format test, and extended time, teacher-provided notes, alternative format assignments, a paraprofessional to assist with setting and packing up, and transitions between activities and classes, additional time for class change, assistance with personal care. Here are some questions to ask your elementary, middle, or high school. What is the process for getting on an IEP or 504 plan? How are one-on-one paraeducators chosen? Will I have a say in who my child's one-on-one paraeducator is? Are there bathrooms that meet my needs or my child's needs? If not, what spaces are available in the school that can accommodate equipment I need to use the bathroom or equipment my child needs? Is the front entrance to the school wheelchair accessible? If the school is more than one story, is there a working up to code elevator? Will I be able to access, or will my child be able to access all the places within the school that other students can access?
So by the time I wanted to go to college, I started coming out with a whole bunch of other problems, that nerve pain, neurological problems, all type of other stuff where I needed surgeries. And yeah, I just had to sit back and recuperate for a little bit. Just knock those surgeries out. I had other injuries from my accident too I had to deal with. They say spinal cord injuries are like snowflakes. There's no two. None of us are the same. They really can't compare one to the other, really, because there's so many different. Spinal cord is so delicate. They can't really go in and say, hey, he's like this. We may have some similarities, but I would just say just listen to your body. Like, don't push it too far.
As a student living with paralysis, you have the right to attend college and participate in higher education. Many colleges and universities have disability services offices that can provide support and accommodations to help you succeed. The process to apply for accommodations at college is very different from K through 12. Colleges do not honor your IEP or 504 plan from high school and will require updated documentation from your doctor. It is up to you to advocate for your needs, and schools often ask what accommodations you need rather than suggesting ones you would benefit from. The specific accommodations that the school is required to provide will depend on the individual needs of the student and may include things like accessible campus housing, priority scheduling, adaptive technology or assistive devices, testing accommodations like extended time, small group testing, a scribe and alternative format tests, note-taking assistance, modifications to classroom environment, including adjustable height desk, preferred seating, and accessible classrooms.
So I think the first thing that parents and children should look into is this college accessible? Are they willing to make changes so that I can be able to to get around and have a quality of life with my friends and things like that.
If you are considering applying to a university, here are some steps you should consider taking. Determine which schools you're interested in applying to. Complete the application. Once accepted, connect with the school's Office of Disability Services and begin the process of applying for accommodations. If you're interested in on-campus housing, register for an accessible dorm as soon as possible. In college, while disability services help in the classroom, living with paralysis means so much more. It's often our first taste of independence, juggling life away from family and relying on hired caregivers or personal care attendants. Be sure to consider if you would need a caregiver as a part of your college experience, and if you do, begin the process of finding and hiring a caregiver early.
I always tell people I live by this. It is possible. That's something that I have a sticky note almost everywhere I go. It's possible, it can be done. Speaking up is important, so anything is possible, actually.
Remember, education is your right, and it should be accessible to all.
For more information, be sure to download the resources for this video series.